My wife and I were watching a program on TV the other evening, and in a scene of assumed racism, this person said, well, it takes many colors to make a rainbow. We're up on the board here. And I thought to myself, does it really? And I go, well, wait a minute, not quite. It actually takes only one color, if you want to call it that, to make a rainbow. White light. It takes white light, one color, to make a rainbow. And when it passes through water droplets, it breaks it up and you have the colors of the rainbow. So I thought, wow, if this was the analogy that you wanted to use to say that, diversity is a good thing and all that, which I'm not saying it isn't. In some places it's very necessary, in other places they kind of abuse it. But if you want to say that this diversity, all these different colors are a good thing in a situation, she should have picked an analogy that had a half-life of greater than 30 seconds, because that's all it takes for you to figure this out and go, you know what, actually that's wrong. White light makes a rainbow, breaks it up into all of its colors. And actually, if you want to try and make a rainbow on paper, yes, it does take many colors, but that is not a rainbow. That's an imitation, an illustration of a rainbow. If you want the real rainbow, it requires two things, white light and water droplets. So to say, I know we all know the point that she's trying to make, this person here, but you want to look for analogies that last a little bit longer than 30 seconds. Now here's another one, because I encounter this in the working environment. Really, to a machinist in the working world, this isn't necessarily relevant, but it does point out how shallow a lot of people think things through, that they don't. And you can usually find these things pretty quickly, so be careful with analogies and these sorts of things. But another one that I want to mention here, because I think it's kind of funny, is we're going through training, and they have an acronym, I think that's what it's called TEAM. Together, everyone accomplishes more. And I had a boss that really bought into this idea, and he thought, wow, team, we're all on the same team here. This is really good. Together, we all accomplish more. And, I said, well, some of this stuff, I just like to do things alone. I think it's better and more efficient if I just, don't put it out there to a team sort of thing. And I just, I know what I'm doing. I just go and I get it done. He goes, no, Dan, there is no I in team. And, well, I didn't appreciate that, but I go, yeah, there's no I in team. I guess you're right. But the next day or the day after that, sometime I was thinking about it, and this came up again. And again, I was told, no, there's no I in team. And I said, well, you know what? There's no you either. Well, I thought that was pretty funny. It didn't really gain me any points with my boss, but it did make the point that analogies are only analogies, and we do have to be careful with them. All analogies, because they are only analogies, break down at some point. But you do want to have an analogy that holds together a little bit longer than a few seconds to get the point across, and hopefully persuade people or commit it to memory or whatever, and let it serve its purpose. But when people start using these things on us, you've just got to be careful. You've got to think it through. And don't make your decision based on the strength of an analogy. That's not usually going to work. And being a machinist, we live in the real world. We know that if a hot chip hits us in the face, it hurts. And, there are things that are just, that's the way life is. So anyhow, thank you very much. God bless. Have a good day.